I do believe I'm uncomfortable, but we're also alive again. So I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. It's always a pleasure to have you here for these moments, for us to consciously evolve, for us to consider, for us to consider what's right and what's wrong, at least for our own experiences. There was quite a few times where in today's stream I had to come to the conclusion that reality doesn't necessarily discriminate or dictate what right and wrong is. Kristen, bless you, friend. Lovins to you too. Reality doesn't dictate what's right and what's wrong, right? It does, however, dictate consequences for actions, right? For instance, it would be wrong for you to walk naked through a mall. I know, like, hear me out. However, if there was no other person on planet Earth, there was only you and your nakedness, then suddenly there's nothing wrong about walking naked through a mall because there's nobody there to be offended or to be affected by your nakedness. And in that way, I want us all to kind of bring that as an understanding into our minds that what we think is right and what we think is wrong is very much a social construct, right? And I feel our stories have definitely been very much of the nature of it's very clear who the sorry about that. It's very clear who the right guy and who the wrong guy, who the good guy and who the bad guy is, right? In our stories. And I feel it's not that clear. It's not that clear anymore in our human story. It's also a matter of, I want to say the word public perception, the concentration of our collective mind's effort. Going down the rabbit hole of how we're going to augment ourselves as a species. Right? We will change. We will change so much. And some changes, at least if they are implemented too soon, will be seen as wrong. There's a big old fly that just landed next to me. One of those changes that can be seen as wrong are, for instance, this transition that we're making towards a lot more generative art, right? Because we're going to see a lot of that, like a lot. And I heard a take today that goes, generative art is going to do to digital media what digital media did to physical media. And that's kind of surreal to think about. And I don't know if I like thinking about that, especially as a content creator, as what I would consider an artist, right? Because what I do with this video, for instance, like maybe I can like paint this picture, because I understand both sides of the question. I understand both of the reasons why people will come to the conclusion that this is right. Right? One side of me knows that there is complexity to be held. Right? You can behold me in all of my complexity and all of my skin being not perfect, and the rocks in their complexity, and the way that I'm dressing, and the way that my material is folding over me, right, etc., etc. And there is something to be appreciated, to be extracted from that experience. However, most people, and this is not me trying to cast shade, it's me acknowledging the amount of filtering that happens, right? Because that's where we are at as a species right now. Most people will not be able to appreciate, or will appreciate more nuance in getting to see things as they actually are. Most people will rather see things as they are the most visually pleasing. And in that way, I can have two different systems at play in my streams. I can, for instance, go to I don't even have to technically anymore, but I can go to some sort of facility and they can do HD scans of my whole face, and they can clean up my skin and make me nice and blemish free, and they can train a model, right? A localized model on exactly what I look like. And then instead of me having to hit the button and set up my frame and stream, and I'm getting bitten by ants. Instead of me having to do all of these things, I can just generate on your side. Like, I can speak still potentially. Eventually, I wouldn't even have to. Maybe I could have a BCI. I can just project all of this internal dialogue, and it will get, like, user-sided uniquely for you, so you can understand what I'm talking about from your unique perspective. Like, let's not even get that deep into it, but it can be, at the very least, just easier, right? It's going to create like a big old stopgap, making it a lot easier for people that are not, for example, comfortable in front of a camera, who feel awkward. What's right and what's wrong? Who even knows? Hey, Mojo and Pojo too. See you, friends. Nice having you. What's right and what's wrong? I know it's technically a little bit wrong for me to leave you friends here alone. So instead of doing so, I'm gonna take you with me. We're going on an adventure. How does that sound? That's where I was sitting. That's the rock face. There's some South Africa world. That's what I spent a lot of time looking at. And like, look at how barren the house is now. Skeleton. A skeleton housing it. You remember there used to be a bunch of things here. Oh, I've been leaving my light on this whole time. It's not very wise of me. Good thing I'm paying for power, so I only get to be angry at myself for wasting it. Very nice. Very nice and delicious. I have to drop early with the goodbye messages in general. Thank you, Kristen. Appreciate that, friend. Yes, we return. We return bountiful. Look at how nice my cactus is looking. Huh? Isn't that gorgeous? I'm so proud of this. This feels a little bit like one of those my favorite thing kind of moments, but this might be I want to say almost like my proudest achievement of this year. I got this piece, that little pup. It was like that long when I got it. And now I have two. I also got these two. This one did start making roots, but not a lot. And it's not looking very healthy. And this one is also fine, I believe. I don't know if you can see as well, but there is a little baby in the middle of them. I don't know if they'll make it, but they might. Back again. Too low. Alright. Cacti looks super happy. They are. Like, they are super happy. Nice and healthy. Especially the first one I got. I want to say the word I made a mistake. I was neglectful a little bit of that cactus. It started getting scrawny. Like, literally, like, like it got the life sucked out of it. And I died inside. I was like, oh no, you're dying. And it was at that point that I started giving it some water. And then I did replant it. I technically didn't replant it. I mean, I took it out of its bag because the soil was too like loose in one way, compacted in another, was too filled with biomass instead of actual soil. And then I added some soil to it, and then in that process, I got to see like it had like exploded with roots at the bottom. So all of that getting scrawny was just it putting down a lot of roots. And then since then, I started giving it like a decent amount of water after its roots was probably established. And now it's very, very healthy. Very, very happy. Cute little mushy. That mushy was made by Jovan. And I do believe she might at some point start selling them. So save a couple of bucks for a Jovan mushroom when it drops. Cactus is my brother. We have a similar approach to life. Sit still and remain spiky. Yeah. Not all of them are spiky though. Some species are very unspiked. And the one that I have, the little pup that I have, had like a certain thorn length. And then when I inherited it, the thorns changed and became a little bit longer. And then when it started making a pup, the thorns are even longer still and even more aggressive. I don't know if your friends noticed that when I showed you. But there is, I think it might be because I'm watering it like really properly. The way I'm watering it is by like bottom soaking it. I'm seeing another one of those interesting worms. You ever seen a worm that built itself a little house? I think that might be one of the biggest ones I've ever seen. I wonder if it might. It might build its house bigger as it keeps growing. Very lemony. All right, let me show you a worm. Let me show you a cool worm. White lens. Oh, punched him. Look at this dude. Isn't that wild? Seems wildly inconvenient to me. When I see stuff like this, it's like, bro, that's a lot of weight to be lugging around. But it is a defense mechanism. Part of me wants to scare it for the sake of letting you see what they do. But it's basically like a snail. It's just gonna like go into its little hidey home. Look at the fuzzy worm. It's not exactly fuzzy. It's grass. It's little pieces of grass that it's gathered around itself. This shot of worm, yes. Perfectly in focus shot of worm. So I'm gonna help him out, but you'll see how he reacts. I think this one is too big to be scared. Is he realizing that he's been caught? He's like squirming in my fingers. I can feel him. Look at that, bro. Is that something you want? It has nice little flowers. I don't know if it's gonna be able to stay. I think it is hiding. It's trying to like fling itself out. doesn't like the fact that I'm holding onto it. He's like shaking himself. He's like, no, let me go. Let me go. Fine, I'm letting you go. I'm putting you down there. See, and that's what he would look like in nature. Completely camouflaged. I did want to give him some greenery. I wanted to see him eat some, but I think he's hiding inside now. That's what he looks like when he's hiding. Alrighty. I'll put you back. Melty, you just saved that guy like 3 hours of travel. Yeah, literally. He was going in this general direction, and this is the first place that there is vegetation. So I'm guessing that he's probably gonna want that. I am feeling for him. I'm scared that I hurt him. He's fine. Alright. Now he hides, lol, or she, or not. I don't know. Maybe. Probably like a little bit of hiding. I think I might have roughed them up a little bit. Not too much, but I think as I was trying to put them down, I might have put his face down first. He's fine. Wasn't aggressive enough to like kill him, but I think it was aggressive enough to be like, I'm gonna stay inside my house for now, just for for a little bit. It's good to help them. Fuzzy grass worms are friends too. It's good to help them. That's the way I see it, at least. Right. So I'm feeling a little bit bad. I'm like, or did I help? I tried to help. I'm still helping. Look at little buddy go. Love these guys. They are very interesting. To think that there's a worm. And I've seen a few of them, interestingly enough, since living here. I've seen more of them here than I've seen anywhere else. That there's a worm that literally builds itself a piece of infrastructure. I wonder if it does so in defense of lizards specifically. It might be a way to camouflage from birds, but I think birds would make pretty easy work of a piece of grass. Like they'll like pull it apart to get at what's inside, I think. Hey Google, what are the worms called? Let me see if I can try this. Sure. What are the worms called that build themselves a little house out of grass, and then they pull that little thing with them wherever they go? It's not that one. The larvae of a type of moth? No. No, that's not the right one. This one doesn't use little pieces of twigs. This one specifically uses a dry type of grass species here in South Africa. Yes, my language model doesn't work. Let's just try. There is a type of worm in South Africa. A case-bearing caterpillars. They're just giving me the name. They're not giving me the actual thing. Am I gonna have to go back to like straight Google? Hey Google. I'm hurting a little bit inside right now. Because I literally went from having Google as my main platform to like kind of agreeing that they can use Gemini because it wanted to. And then I start using Gemini and it instantly stops working. Hey Gemini. Oh, and it doesn't even work. Hey Google. Can you tell me what that worm is on screen? Hey Google, tell me what the worm is on screen. Oh my goodness. I'm dying inside. This is pain. This is what pain is like. Why are you causing me so much pain? Hey Google, what is that worm? What is that worm in the live stream? The guy lives in South Africa. No. Based on the images, to be a grass worm. It's a type of caterpillar that feeds on grass and other plants. It's also possible that it's a fuzzy worm. Yo, yo, AI. Whew. Yo, it's so good. My eyes are not tearing from like pain. It's tears of happiness. Good morning, Americans, and Gab evenings of Africans, and Gab day to us. Gabby Goo. It's nice having you here, bro. A certain someone gifted me a membership to the Melter of More. Wonder who? So generous, so loving, so cutesy, very demure. Love is true, very demure indeed. Almost like fellow green, bro. Love is true. Man, there's sunscreen in my eyeballs. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. It's almost like this is the sensation that I get when there's sunscreen inside of my eyeballs. Oh, certain. Love you again. I don't know if Jovan is here, but I do know that Kristen also gave some gifted memberships just now. Oh, I'm gonna go wash my eyeballs now. You're gonna take your friends with me as I do that. I don't technically sit directly in the sunlight, but apparently even like the reflections of sunlight can do stuff. Oh. Johan is sending me messages. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's better already. Maybe it's even an illusion. Part of me really feels like it might be. Because my eyes will start burning. And then as soon as I start, like literally as soon as I start washing my face, my eyes start feeling better. And so part of me has this conspiracy part. It's like, is my skin just not liking stuff on it? So it will convince me my eye is burning to make me take it off. Oh, all right. Forgot again. I got absolutely eaten alive by mosquitoes out there, it seems again. Oh yeah, and now that we're here, you might not have noticed the first time, but now that I've said something, you might be able to. Look at the thorn length on, because like you see that little red fluffy? That's where the nodes were connected up top, all the way up there when I got it, where that red fluffy is. And look at how short the thorns are on this side. And then since I got it, the thorns have definitely gotten a little bit longer. But then look at the new one. You see? You can see the thorn difference. This one is like more aggressive, more thorny. Even though it's the exact same species, literally, it's coming off the same stalk. I wonder if it's a matter of feeling more threatened, having more resources, being new growth, the speed at which the new growth has been growing. One day I'll know all of these answers. Say that guy, bless again, not so much love. Someone, a grassy ass worm. Yeah, Melt is going down the wormhole. Bro, that's too good. I did go down the wormhole. Bless you. One time I was having some mushies with a friend on his farm. I was trying to identify type of worm and started looping. I noticed. I said, "Oh no, I'm falling down the wormhole." Sunscreen burns the eyeballs. It's true. It's true. Yeah, the things we do to stay young, huh? It's so silly. I did read an article today about the first double lung transplant done completely by robotic arms. We live on that planet right now where that's something that's happening. So maybe I won't have to be worried. It's weird how eyeballs scream with pain from foreign substances like soap. Such divas. Yeah. I mean, it is literally a part of your brain, right? These things are literally connected to my brain. They go like, it's the outside part of your brain that's inside of this outside world. I almost drank a bug again. Bro, this is what? Bug number 3 I'm taking out of my water. Please. Thank you. That's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I doubt a double lung transplant sounds quite impossible. Color me impressed. Yeah, so they didn't just transplant one lung. I can see the fucking mosquitoes landing on my foot. I'm gonna kill you. See that little spot right there? Yeah. I did warn them. I did warn them. They've been warned, and still, they approached me. And then I went, yeah, double lung transplant, right? Imagine, lady, who gifted subs? That was Kristen. Yeet Lord. You are now officially a member, right? Boom. You gotta give me your money forever now. That's how it works. I'm joking, of course. Oh, goodness, my foot is itching from that mosquito bite right now. Back to the double lung transplant. So it was still operated by a human being. I want that to be very clear. But the person that was operated on had only work done by the actual machines. And it was like also still minimally invasive. Like the size holes, I'm sorry, but the size holes you have to make in a person to double lung transplant them when you're working with human hands is smaller. Like she's breathing. She's breathing clear. Robo-transported. Robo-transplanted lungs. And right now it is still human beings doing the work. But all of that data is literally meticulously being collected and being fed into an artificial intelligence. So eventually we'll have literal precision level surgery being done on us by robots, right? Cheaper than any human being could ever hope to do it. Best I can do is 5 cents baba? Oh, the money for the rest of my life. Fine, I can do a 5 cents. 5 cents for the rest of your life? How often do I get the 5 cents? All right. Starts bargaining for 5. How many 5 cents can I expect? When will I be expecting the 5 cents? You love is true, bro. It's nice having you. Melty, I try not to kill anything. However, I have an agreement with the world. If they want my blood, then I have no qualms of going into battle. Yeah, it's true. Right? That mosquito was literally assaulting me, putting its filthy little proboscis in my skin. I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. And for that, the only punishment is death. Part of my mind was going down this rabbit hole of having like a little vacuum cleaner. Pineapple cube. You're here for some strange commentary right now, bro. But I wish, part of me, maybe like in an alternate universe, I have like a mini little vacuum, and in that vacuum it has little pods that can have like little discs slipped into it that closes them off. And then if there's a mosquito that approaches me, I then pull out my little mini vacuum cleaner and then I imprison the mosquitoes in small little containers, right? That's the alternative. And in that way, I feel like killing them is more of a mercy. Can't be that great being mosquito, right? I acknowledge that God exists within that mosquito as well, right? Consciousness, like the presence that is within all of us. However, I also acknowledge that if I, as God, was a mosquito, and the only way for me to exist and continue my species is to steal blood from God, cause them to itch, cause them discomfort, cause them potentially diseases even, kill them, kill more of them than any other creature on planet Earth, then I, as God, probably would, be okay with dying. Yes, rationalized. Perfectly rationalized. If you can find me, this nickel, it's yours. If you can find me, this nickel is yours. Yeet Lord, I'm gonna take a wild guess. Right. I'm looking at my mind's eye right now, and I'm seeing round. I'm seeing circular. Yes. I'm seeing actually spherical. Yes. I'm seeing water. Yes. And I'm seeing continents. I'm gonna guess you're on planet Earth right now. Hit me up in chat if I'm. Did I find you? Melty, my man, glad I could make it to your newer streams. It's nice having you here. Strange commentary. It's all but unexpected. It's all but unexpected. It's what makes streams fun. Yeah, it's true. You should be expecting it from this place, if anything. Pineapple Cube. It is nice having you, friend. Yeet, are you in Europe? A nickel? Because 5 cents isn't a nickel. There's a penny and there's a nickel. I think a penny is 5 cents, right? And a nickel is 25 cents. Maybe I've already gained a bunch of interest. I am already worth a nickel, right? By the time I find you, Lord, it'll be worth billions. And that, like, if there's exponential growth, depending on how fast it's already increased in value. I keep guessing. I'll keep guessing for a nickel. Oh man. Oh, my skin is letting me know that it is itching. I know skin. I know. I'm sorry. I don't know if it helps being more vigilant. I am happy that I got revenge. Yes. I did get revenge. Today's stream topic is about what's right and what's wrong. And I feel like I'm definitely playing some sort of role here. There's some sort of cosmic thing unfolding with me as a role player, surely. Killing insects. Killing certain insects. Like, I didn't just like step on that worm, right? And like, this flies sometimes that bother me as well, but I don't go out of my way to slay them. But the mosquitoes, bro. But the mosquitoes. Did you see that video of them gene editing a mosquito, making its proboscis not rigid enough to puncture human skin? And you basically, maybe I should show you. Hey Google, show me the mosquito that had its proboscis genetically modified. There's another one. There is another mosquito hunting for me blood. I am getting very angry. Like, there's a certain rage that's rising in me. It's making me feel like I should go to war. I have now hidden my feet inside of my pants. That's definitely one step. I'm breathing. I mean, I'm getting a bunch of different results with genetically modified mosquitoes. You probably know what I'm talking about. But basically, you just get to watch a mosquito try try to drink the blood of a person, but they just can't. They literally just cannot. They try, they'll land on your body, they'll give it their college best in trying to put that weapon inside of you, but they will fail. They will fail. I'm so uncomfortable right now. The fact that mosquitoes exist. My tisms are like firing at max capacity. I'm gonna just. Oh! Remember when I told you, friends, about an interesting type of like ant species that we have in South Africa that get like super big? Yeah. And then I told you if I ever see it in nature, I'll show you. I just found one. It's down here. Oh man. Is it gonna go, bro? Come on. Don't do me like this. It's literally making noises. It's hiding from me. You hear that sound? Can you hear it? There it is. Okay, I think there's more things in there than just those ants. One of them just did come out. Bro, I can see that. It's right there. I think I might have hurt it. It is hiding from me. Rightfully so. I am. There it is. Look what that looks like. Okay, I didn't hurt it at least. He's fine. You see what I mean? Oh, goodness. I just triggered my own trap. So you were like talking about how big some of the ants here are. And I was like, bruh, you think that's big? We have ants like 5 times the size. And that's one of them. And here we have a can that is attached to a string. That is put on here. Yes. So if you're trying to sneaky around the house, you'll probably trigger some trappers. And it might not do that much, but it could be just an extra deterrent. Something to skizz the brains of the ones that are being skizzy. I'm still like super skizzed about the fact that the mosquitoes want to eat me. Those damn mosquitoes. I want super suit. I want my super suit with my nano machines to just like mini impale the mosquito. Just like psst, small little and then it retracts back into the rest of my skin. And then the mosquito falls to the ground and gets absorbed as nutrients by the earth. Yes. Righteous. How is YouTube treating you? Been better than Reddit as of recent? Relatively speaking, it's still been mostly you Reddit friends, that's been staying around and like supporting the space. However, I did start doing vertical streams, which is the RPAN of YouTube. And it does seem to allow me to reach a lot more people than the vertical streams do. So most recently, YouTube is treating me well. I am grateful. Oh, still here. Hey, Nancy. What's left of what's right? Oh, that's a good question. What you say there is, I think, is the answer. Melty, have you ever tried tea tree oil as mosquito repellent? No. I have put tea tree oil in my diffuser though. So it could have been acting as a mosquito repellent in that way. Nancy, yeah, exactly. Avon, skin so soft, so good too. They are different things that repel them. Geranium oil is also effective. Hi Melt, good morning. Good morning to you too, Hoopy. It is nice having all of you friends here. I think maybe I'll get a card ready for us, because I definitely am in a certain neurological state right now. The neurological state of pay close attention and make sure you don't get consumed by mosquitoes. And I don't know if I'm a great conversationalist when I'm existing in that space. There's freaking mosquitoes. All right. This is going to be the card we pull. Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? We did do a good amount of talking about taking care of creatures, right? Taking care of others, caring about the little critters, not just stepping on the worms, helping them out. And the mosquitoes did kind of arise as a side topic to be considered. And the card we pulled is Keepers of the Earth. Aw, Meltwell, you're gonna get conversation. True. It is truth. It's an interesting bug. One that I don't particularly like the look of. You want to see what it looks like as well? I mean, he was just like walking over me, but I want him to walk away. Look at that bug. Keepers of the Earth, right? I wasn't hurting him. I was just making him think that I'm going to eat him. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Chase some bugs, read a card, and spread some love. It's been a good stream. It really has. I have been enjoying it. Now the time to read has come. Keepers of the Earth. Did you know that you are so supported? That you do not stand alone? That you are and have a magnificent team of helpers, both in this world and of the earth, who are here to help you with every step of the way. Call upon them for assistance. They are here to help. The keepers of the earth acknowledge the work that you have already done and are ready to work through you. They bow at your feet and thank you for wanting to stand for them, to devote your life to protecting the earth in your unique way. It is time to increase your capacity to receive support in the physical realm. This can come in the form of financial abundance, acts of service from strangers, or people flocking to help you and your work. The only thing that is stopping you right now is your capacity to receive support. The only thing stopping you right now is your capacity to receive support. You deserve to be rewarded for the work that you're doing. You do not need to go at it alone. Call upon the keepers of the earth to help you and your mission. Open your heart and your mind to receiving more than you can ever thought possible. What kind of support do you need? Call it in right now. You know, I was gonna call in some support that I need right now, and then I was like, but it's already here. There you are. Oh, so nice having you friends here. Caretakers for the voiceless, we be. caretakers of those whose voices we beat too. Hold this card in your heart and say, I am open to receiving a whole new level of support for my life and my work, and I call it in now. I am open to receiving a whole new level of support for my life and my work, and I call it in now. I am open to receiving a whole new level of support for my life and my work, and I call it in now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love is true. I am hoping. Good. Stay hygienized. Stay hygienious. Stay hanagus. Hamjanams. I love you too, Gabri, so much, bro. So nice getting to spend moments like these with you, friends. Getting to show up for another day of conscious evolution. Taking a step day by day. Reality. Absolutely mixing your stuff, right? And you're just like, keep going. I'm going to therapy with a new doctor in an hour. Look at this man, right? Reality just like bombarding. And he's going to therapy to parse some of that bombardment just a little bit. I hope it goes well. I hope you click, because it is a relationship ultimately, right? So I hope you form a good relationship with this person, dear friend. Way to go, Gabadi. We love you. We support you. We see you becoming a stronger, more fulfilled, more capable version of yourself actively. Not necessarily because of the therapy, but absolutely because of your willingness to show up for it. I appreciate you, friends, for doing what's right. Just one more, hooking it into our brains. Taking care of yourself is what's right. All right. All right. I thank you, friends, for finding yourself here for these moments. Kristen had already sent us a goodbye message in general. Darth B. I'm seeing mosquitoes. I don't know if I'm seeing mosquitoes that aren't there, or if I'm seeing the mosquitoes that are there, and then as soon as I'm trying to see them, they've already hidden. But I can say, what I can see is that I want you to have the most stupendous day, everyone. I wholeheartedly love you all so fervently, dazzlingly and joyously, luminously, jubilantly, vibrantly and serenely, heartedly and tenderly. Me, Shemel, and all of you, oh so genuine and tender, unwavering and selfless, insightful and concise and conscientious, generous and luminous friends who consider what is right. Who consider what is right. You friends really have. Like I cannot tell you, I cannot guarantee that you showing up here with me is the right thing to be doing. But I'm sure it's not wrong. And I do know that I always feel this sense of rightness when I'm in this space with you, friends. I hope that you feel the sense of rightness outside of this space as well. That you take this sense of rightness and you go and share it with the rest of the world, right? And slowly but surely adding your influence, you will make a difference, all right? You're wondering what I'm doing? I'm pressing buttons. I'm imagining there's like a whole psychedelic, button array of cyberspace all around me. And I'm just hitting all the buttons. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm hitting them. And the aliens are like, bro, please, stop doing that. I don't know if that's right. But I do appreciate you, friends, for finding yourself here with me. I do love you. Thank you for finding a moment here with me. And I'll see you, friends, again soon. Tomorrow. Goodbye for now. Till we do it again. Cheers, dear friends. I missed some. I'll read the last two messages. Hey, who needs tears? Bless you, friend. Just as I'm saying goodbye, but love you. Soapy water in a spray bottle will stop the mosquito in flight. Just walking around without their weapons. It's a good idea. However, I don't really like carrying things with me. My super suit will have soapy water dispenser, right? I love you, friends. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye for now.